Talking about the illegal hunting of wolves. Unfortunately, ladies, I won't be talking about Bigfoot. Guys, I won't be talking about Shakira. I'm actually going to inform you about the legal hunting of wolves in the United States. And the way in which the hunting of wolves is conducted is brutal, and sometimes it's just inhumane. And in a lot of cases, it even affects the ecosystem. How many of you have like pet dogs at home? I know he has a lot. Well, you know, the wolf is not a very distant cousin of the dog, and yet society tends to misunderstand, and they tend to hunt them even as a sport. Some even enjoy it, as you can see, if we have it about them. Today, they were, in 1974, they were an endangered species. And they were reintroduced into the United States they were uplifted from Canada, brought back to the northeastern part of the Rocky Mountains as a, what is it called, a wildlife conservation program. And they actually did pretty good, but now they are being hunted again. And they are being, they're on the verge of extinction once again. I'm gonna, my first point, I'm gonna give a brief explanation as to why they are being hunted. It's mostly elk herders and moose ranchers fear that the wolves will, in fact, kill their livestock. So there was a study done by, I forgot who it was, so I'm sorry, but I have it in my outline. They actually found out that 53% of livestock deaths were caused by grizzly bears and not wolves. Wolves only account for about 10%. And where wolves eat an elk or a moose, the meat that they leave on the floor actually helps for smaller animals who have no chance of eating anything. They tend to survive because of the wolf. So wolves have a great impact on the ecosystem in which they inhabit. A lot of you may know Sarah Palin. She actually offered a bounty of $150 for each left pound egg of a freshly killed wolf. You can see her there, she likes wolf skins. She even champions the barbaric arrow hunting of wolves in Alaska. And there's a video here where you see how the arrow hunting is actually conducted. There's no sound on
check the bottom, lower. Check in the technology cabinet. Raise the volume up.
Alaska. People come to Alaska to see wildlife. It's the last place in the United States where you have these vast ecosystems that are intact. They love to see the grizzlies and the moose and the sheep and the caribou. But the thing people want to see most is a wild wolf. They're the superstar.
They are smart, they solve problems, they evaluate situations, and they're a whole lot like us, which is why we feel a connection with them.
The wolf is a symbol of wilderness. In other states, you know, they're even trying to transplant them back. Alaska's trying to kill them.
Aerial hunting in Alaska is one of the state's secrets.
You need a low-flying flying, slow-flying aircraft like a Super Cub. There's a pilot, and then sitting behind him is a gunner. And they're using a shotgun, typically a 12-gauge shotgun.
It's in the winter when they can track them and then see them.
You're shooting down onto them, and usually one would hope that they get killed right away, but they often don't. They're getting riddled with buckshot and not dying, and they're biting at their backs in absolute agony, and there's blood everywhere on the snow. It's not a clean kill.
In many cases, they can't even hit the wolf from the air. What they do is they chase them until they're totally exhausted, and then they land and shoot them. It's a brutal way to go.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that's humane at all. But it makes me angry, you know. I love dogs, I love wolves a lot. I've been in close contact with them, but after all the research I've done, many people agree that wolves are just misunderstood, and they are just being brutally killed. My third point is I'm going to talk to you about the wolves' influence on the ecosystem, which I mentioned earlier. They simply help the ecosystem in many ways. Here's a chart. This was actually published in the National Geographic, March 2010. So you can see where there were no wolves in the Yellowstone area, there was a lot of the shrub, and the riverbanks was gone because the elk and the moose would eat it. And that made the water warmer, which in turn didn't allow fishes to procreate. And once the wolves were reintroduced into Yellowstone, many other species were able to adapt to the environment because of the elk not being at the riverbank so often. They were able to eat more of the shrub, and even the aspen trees are able to grow to a bigger length. So that, in conclusion, I just hope everybody understands and acknowledges that wolves are simply misunderstood, and they're actually very shy creatures. But society, when they don't understand something, they tend to fear it, and in this case, they hunt it brutally. So, hope you all like my speech, and thank you.